Life Adventure News.
With violence against police officers on the rise, a growing number of states are passing so-called Blue Lives Matter laws. Texas is on the verge of joining Louisiana and Kentucky as a third state to classify violence against officers as a hate crime. Similar legislation is also pending in more than a dozen other states. Tony DeCopel looked into this.
When a sniper opened fire in Dallas last July, Heidi Smith's husband, Michael, was one of 5 officers killed.
Just because he wore the uniform, he still came home to us every night.
Now Smith is afraid more police will be targeted.
I was in downtown Dallas going to an event with my children. I was scared the whole time at night to be in a patrol car.
What were you worried about?
Someone walking up and shooting us.
A hate crime.
Yes.
135 officers were killed on duty in 2016, the highest total in 5 years. Of those, 21 officers were ambushed, the highest total in more than 2 decades.
This is the building. This is El Centro, the college.
That's why Texas State Representative Jason Villalba introduced a bill to give the blue uniform itself protection.
Now we're seeing attacks on police officers based solely on one thing: their status as police officers. And I think that's what's important about this legislation.
There are people who would say it cheapens the category, that hate crimes are supposed to stop bigotry.
Well, I think you can call the attacks that we've seen against our police officers clearly within the category of bigotry. When you attack a police officer merely because they are doing their job, we must respond in the same way that we would protect those who are of a different color.
Jeffrey Robinson is a human rights attorney with the American Civil Liberties Union. He argues that crimes against police are already well prosecuted.
In fact, we have supported, as we should, our law enforcement officers. So to suggest that police officers should somehow be protected by a hate crime is to misunderstand what a hate crime is.
Even if every state in America protected police officers as a group with hate crime laws, you don't think there'd be any drop in killings against police?
There'd be no drop in killings of police whatsoever. What that response does is to ignore the reality. You want to talk about training, culture, and accountability and changing those things in policing? That's going to be hard. That's going to take effort. And people don't like to talk about that, but that's where we are.
Heidi Smith believes the legislation will give police the protection they need to do their job.
Would it be a validation of Mike's life to have this bill following his death?
Absolutely, yes. And the other 4 officers as well.
Texas Governor Greg Abbott is expected to sign the new bill into law, but while many states are moving closer to doing the same, critics say the only way to make police work truly safer is better training and a deeper relationship with the community.
Thank you, Tony.